Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I am coordinating and communicating with another fellow user to get a game lined up for later this evening. Like I think 8:30, 9:30 Eastern. Let's see, 8:30 Eastern time tonight. I will have a game with the champ, 27-27. What I meant to do was put this stream in our chat in the other league, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. Then I'm going to go on with my game of the week pick. All right, here we go. Bam, bam. Okay, we'll go there. All right, fellas. So I am gonna get to rolling with the script. This is my game of the week. This is something I'm gonna kind of change up the content in my videos. I'm not here to give fucking pro advice. I'm not here to give you fucking how-tos on how to do this and how to do that. There's fucking other motherfuckers for that shit. I just play my football games in these leagues, and it's a blast. It's competitive. But like I said, I'm going to change up the content in my streams, and I'm going to do game of the week. So I am a commissioner in this league and in another league, and I'll be doing it in the other league as well. So with that being said, Defjam669 game of the week for League of Integrity. I am picking the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know it's a little late, but I'm glad they didn't play their game. Because I had kind of had my eye on them. I've just been too tired to make the video and whatnot. But this is my game of the week right here. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bam Scrappy versus Dat Ho KB with it. 5150. Yeah, Dat Ho. I'm going to call him Dat Ho because he acts like a little hoe sometimes, and it's hilarious. But nonetheless, we're going to run through the numbers and take a look at these two contenders. Bengals, I believe, are 3-2. Steelers are 4-0. The AFC North is stacked. Yeah, he's 3-2, and Pittsburgh is 4-0. He did beat the Baltimore Ravens, so that got my attention. I have to say, I have not been able to beat the Baltimore Raven user, Ping for him. So he beat him, and it got my attention. And so now I am calling it the game of the week between him and the... So we'll go to the stats real quick and take a look at their stats offensively and defensively. All right, on the offensive side of the game, look at that. Ravens #1 in offense. Not that we're talking about them, but Scrappy did beat him. And there's your Bengals user. A couple clicks down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8th overall in offense currently right now as it looks on the board. About 40 points per game. And then where is the Steelers at? Steelers are down a little bit more. So he was 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th. So Steelers are roughly 14th in the league for offense. That's middle of the pack right there, if you ask me. But he's running at like 60 points a game, 59.3 points per game right there. So that is a lot of points for not a lot of yards. So you got to give him props for that. It's probably a lot of defense got to play a part in those points too. But they're your Bengals, 40 points per game. That I could see that being on offensive attack. We'll take a look at the defensive side. Steelers #2 in the league. So you got the #2 defense against the #8 offense. He's got 12 sacks, 19 INTs, 2 fumbles. Points allowed, 77 points allowed. So he's not giving up a lot of points either. So we'll see how this plays out. Take a look at the Steelers. Where is he at? Or was that the Steelers? That was the Steelers. Yeah, my bad. I'm blazed right now. I'm getting blazed some more, and so bear with me. I might talk backwards. And the Bengals are a little bit further down the stat sheet for the for their defense. 11 sacks, 14 INTs. He's given up a lot of yards, over 2,000 yards total. 1,500 yards passing, and just under 500 yards rushing allowed. So he's given up quite a bit of yards, 2,000 yards total already, compared to Steelers. He is just giving up only 1,300 yards total. That's a huge difference. That's a 600 yard difference, 700 yard difference right there. But the Bengals did stop, what's his name, with his defense, the Ravens user, who is #1 on offense right now. So a lot of, anything can happen with this game. Looks like the conversion rate is on the Steelers side. He likes to go for the gusto a little bit. You can see 4th down conversions, 4th down attempts, little over 50%. His 3rd down game is at 60%. So yeah, that's why he's going for it on 4th down. I think that 60% is kind of low, but it's kind of low overall throughout the entire league. I've seen them higher in other areas, but nonetheless, we're not talking about them. We're talking about these guys. Bengals, 48%. Oh, he goes for the gusto too. His 4th down conversion rate is at 63%. A little higher, 7 for 11. 63% compared to 55%. So, we're going to see these guys probably go for it on 4th down. If it's 4th and short, they're probably going to go for it more than likely. KB Whitted, Daho KB Whitted, 5150. He does run the Wildcat scheme. He's got that high school program in there. I have not been able to play Scrappy yet, so I don't know what he brings to the table. But he's 3-2. He's in the hunt. Steelers right there. Red zone efficiency, 83%. Bengals at 80%. So, those are good numbers there too. When you're getting into the red zone, there's over 80% chance they're going to score some form of points. Steelers only 1 field goal, so he's got all touchdowns when he's in the red zone. That's pretty good. 18 for 14. That's fucking pretty good. And then the Bengals. Let's see if did I pass him up? I think I passed him up already. Yep. Bear with me, guys. This is kind of new, so we'll see how this rolls out. And looks like 15 for 12. He does not have any field goals. That's pretty good too. 15 attempts, 12 touchdowns out of those attempts in the red zone. That's pretty good. That's 80% right there. It shows. I'm drinking some coffee. I'm smoking some weed. Later, I'm going to go from coffee to beer and weed for the night. So cheers up, bottles up, pins up, lighters up, blaze it up. So there's your red zone efficiency for the offense. Let's take a look at the defense. Defense, 16 for 10, 75%. And Steelers right here, 7 for 3, 53%. So he's got a good defense. Steelers does got a good defense. He plays hard, man. He's hard to play. Ravens, penalties, 9 for 92 yards. Oh, we're not talking about them. My bad. Bengals, 11 for 103. And the Steelers, did we pass them up? 13 for 187 yards. So Steelers is actually top 3 in the league for penalties. So you never know, man. If Scrappy airs it out, throws it over the top, maybe he can get a pass interference call to land his way and kind of facilitate to get some points on the board. Steelers plus 15. He's got a lot of turnovers, lots and lots of turnovers. Bengals plus 7. That's good too. That's good. You're not on the negative side. Anytime you're not on the negative side, you're doing all right. You're hanging in there. So those are your stats right there, guys. You got the number 8 offense on the Bengals going up against the number 2 defense Steelers. And we'll see how that plays out. We're going to see how these two division foes handle it and who walks out the winner. We'll take a look at some of their team stats. Too bad I couldn't get both stats to compare them. That'd be nice. So Joe Burrow, he's got over 1,500 yards, 16 for 10, touchdown interception ratio. Just over 300 yards a game by a smidge, by a small percentage. His longest is 88. That's his longest pass. He only got 11 sacks given up. That's good. That's good. 11 sacks given up for the team is pretty good. Rushing, Mixon 80 for 661, 8 touchdowns. Logan helping out too, getting 2 touchdowns with that. Receiving, Ross with 5 touchdowns, just under 500 yards receiving. He's got the dope tight end. That tight end's a beast, yo. He's badass. He's a bad motherfucker right there. I like him. I have him in another league. He's phenomenal. Great blocker, great catcher, great route runner. So he will give him some fits if he gives him the ball. 16 for 246, 1 touchdown. You got Dorsett, 10 for 240 with 2 touchdowns for the season. Tyler Boyd, 14 for 198, 5 touchdowns for the season. So it looks like Boyd and Ross are his go-to players. We will go to blocking. Not too bad. There's your 11 sacks, dude. Not bad. 11 sacks for the season is not bad. Excuse me. Looks like Washington with 4 INTs and a sack. That's good right there. Free safety, handling business. All right, let's go take a look at the Steelers' passing and rushing and defensive stats real quick. Player stats. All right, so Joe Burrow's got 1,500 yards passing. Chris Streveler has got 973 yards passing. 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I do know that whole KB Witt at 5150 does like to scramble with Streveler. He runs that quarterback option shit. So that's always a threat right there with that quarterback. Rushing, here's your rushing numbers. Wide receiver with the jet sweeps right there, 18, 346, 4 touchdowns. Yep, he's got that jet sweep college, high school offense dialed in, that's for sure. Anthony, 45 attempts, 370 yards, 8 touchdowns. You got Corti with 1 touchdown. He's running the ball as well with the jet sweep game plan. Zach with 6 attempts, 30 yards. There's your boy Streveler right there, 5 for 23, 1 touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, not using him too much, only 1 reception for the season. He must not even be a factor in his game plan. He's just a decoy then. I'm willing to bet he's just a decoy. 2 touchdowns for the fullback, pretty good, man. There's that fullback fucking draw or whatever you call it. Receiving, let's take a look at the receiving numbers. Kiki, Corti, 5 touchdowns, 345 yards. You can definitely see the offensive side, the difference in these numbers right here. 1,500 yards Joe Burrow has passing compared to the Steelers' offensive game plan. Bengals definitely have a more offensive attack. And we're gonna see how this defense holds up against the Bengals and vice versa. Got Tyler Gabriel, 11 for 163. So seems like the Steelers' game plan is mainly his defense. You know, he's got a mediocre offense with a stout defense, and then it's vice versa for the Bengals. Bengals number 8 in offense in the league. It shows, the numbers show, the touchdowns show. But still pretty stout in the defense. I mean, he did beat the Ravens user this season. So like I said, that caught my attention. Anyways, we're going to keep on moving. Sack. Not very many sacks given up by the team. Gets the ball out quick. That's what happens when you run that RPO stuff and the Wildcat and That kind of offensive attack. Anyway, so we're going to go to his defense. He is number 2 in the league, number 1 in the league with defense. So here's his boy right here, Fitzpatrick, with 6 INTs. Man, you have to know where he's at. You need to know where he's at all times of the game. He will wreck your game by himself. He's that fast. He's that aware. And he makes it easy. He makes it easy for any user to dial in a defense really good. Looks like Griffin right here, 1 year, second year player right here. Got half a sack. Ooh, Michael right here. Michael Ojemudia, 6 interceptions. He's a former Bronco, actually, if I remember that correctly. Or he is a Bronco right now. Undrafted free agent, maybe, that played for the Broncos this season. Michael Ojemudia. Michael Ojemudia, that's how you pronounce his name. Joe Hayden, 2 INTs. Hilton, 1 INT. You can definitely see the work in these two guys. Fitzpatrick and Ojemudia, the 2 safeties, they are catching the ball. Ojemudia, he's fast. He's really quick. So for all we know, he might be using him in the nickel formation in the linebacker spot. Lots of speed in the middle of the field. Really hard to get the ball out at times. For me, it was. He's been a challenge. I have not been able to beat the Steelers user thus far, year 3 in League of Integrity. We have not played yet this season, but the last 2 seasons, yes. INT's Mike Hilton. Stephen. Sneezing. Excuse me, guys. 5 sacks right here. He's getting some pressure on the QB. Hayward, 3 sacks, 3 INTs for Stephen Gilmore. He's got the vet on his team. That's a good player right there to have on your team. 1 sack by Elliott, 2 sacks by TJ Watt, half a sack by Walker, the linebacker. So you can definitely see the INT and sack stats showing why he is top 2 in the league. I think he's number 2. So this is gonna be a really good game to watch. I am picking the Bengals to win this one with the upset. One from a professional gamers. It sounds fucking stupid, but just from that perspective, he's already beaten the Ravens user, and quite honestly, KB Witta is just he's a different character in the chat. So I'm not rooting for him. Dante Johnson, no touchdowns for the kick return game. Punt return game. Oh, look at that. We got a touchdown right here by Zach, the rookie running back, making moves. 1 for 65 yards. Normal trait player. 90 speed. Damn, got it in. Let's take a look at the Bengals real quick and see what they got for special teams play. No touchdowns for these boys. Kick return, no touchdowns. Man, that's always a factor. But anyways, that's a wrap, I think, for the stats. I've ran through the team stats on both sides of their team. Like I said, I'm rooting for the Bengals. I think he's going to get the upset like he did with the Ravens. If you guys like it, great. If you don't, well, you know, we'll see how KB Witta goes. So anyways, good luck to both of you guys. Hope it's a good game. And hope you guys like the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good morning. Good afternoon.